At number 10, Corinne Olympios. Like I said in my intro, celebrities are well known for getting plastic surgery here and there, so finding out that someone in Hollywood has gotten some work done really isn't all that surprising anymore. When fans ask about procedures you've had done, there's no reason to lie since these kinds of procedures aren't really all that taboo anymore. Turns out though that there are still some celebrities who want to make their fans believe that they are still au naturel even when that isn't necessarily the case. This happened with former Bachelor star Corinne Olympios after fans accused her of getting fillers when she said that she hadn't. In an attempt to try and disprove these fans' theories, Corinne posted some no makeup selfies, but fans still weren't fooled and they went digging. The people over at Us Weekly thought that this could be a scoop, and so they also went looking for some old pics of the reality star, and voila, they found some. Images from Corinne's high school yearbook were published and it showed her looking pretty different than she does now, proving that she really was lying about getting fillers. People also realized later that her no makeup selfies didn't really do much to prove whether or not that she had gotten work done, so it was really just a handful of lies on Corinne's part. At number 9, Kylie Jenner. We can't have a plastic surgery video without talking about Kylie Jenner. Apart from her sister Kim, Kylie is the next one you would think of when it comes to plastic surgery. Everyone knows Kylie for her signature big lips, but for a long time she denied ever getting work done. She built her entire makeup empire, Kylie Cosmetics, on her big lip brand because she claimed that for years she achieved her signature look by overlining her lips, and therefore the Kylie lip kits were born. Turns out though that this was all a lie, probably just to boost sales. Kylie famously lied about how she somehow achieved a new appearance overnight, claiming that her makeup skills were the reason, but in reality, it's all fillers. Kylie finally came clean about her plastic surgery journey in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where she said, quote, "I was 15 and I was insecure about my lips. I would overline my lips with lip liner just to create an illusion of bigger lips. And then finally I was like, this lip liner isn't doing it. I ended up getting my lips done." She kept up her fillers until her daughter Stormi was born, where at that point she claimed to have gotten her filler dissolved, saying that she wanted to embrace a more natural look, but this didn't last for too long as fans noticed her lip filler made a return a short time later. Now before I carry on with the list, I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also an exciting announcement. Lindsay Ivan is launching her own reaction channel, Peach, at the end of May, so go subscribe and tell her that we sent you.
And number 7, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was able to lie about her age and keep us under the illusion that she was actually 2 years older than what she led us to believe. Nicki's lie would then be exposed amid another conflict, while the rapper led us all to believe over the years that she was born in 1984. Her attempt to be only 2 years younger would be shattered after she got into an altercation back in 2011. While all of us were baffled at the fact someone would only want to shave 2 years off of their age, a report would later surface after the incident that would reveal Nicki was actually born in 1982 and not 1984. So take this as a lesson to be learned that lying about your age could eventually get you exposed, so maybe opt to tell the truth instead. And number 6, Rebel Wilson. Rebel Wilson is a renowned comedian, writer, and actor. However, she apparently lied about her age. In 2015, an Australian magazine would go on to claim that the Aussie actor had misled the world about her life and stated that her birth name, age, and upbringing were all just one massive lie. The publication alleged that Wilson incorrectly stated that she was 29 and that Rebel was actually 42, meaning that she would have been in her mid-30s in 2015. The story pretty much contradicted the actor's story, claiming that she had a different upbringing and called her out on her age. The story soon caught international attention, and some publications would even go on to confirm the actor's real age. Rebel would then take the publisher to court, suing them for defamation. She denied claiming that she had been 29 and said all she ever tried to do was divert questions about her. Rebel would then be awarded $4,005,000 in damages, and the company appealed and got it reduced to $600,000. Rebel would then try to launch a counter appeal, but then that got rejected. And number 5, Nelly. Taking it all the way back to 2003, Nelly would be named one of Teen People's hottest stars under 25. However, the world would soon find out later that he shouldn't have made the list at all because he'd actually been 28 at the time when the article was actually published, and thereby ineligible for the list in the first place. Nelly's representatives were so adamant that the star was actually 22, however his birth records said something different, as the star was actually 6 years older than what his representatives made him seem. The reason the fib went on for so long without ever being discussed publicly is because Nelly wanted a more youthful image to capture younger listeners, which is actually pretty creepy, more than innocent if you think about it now. Well, it's safe to say if you think your age will never catch up to you, it definitely will at some point. And number 4, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez once told a white lie about her age, and she even went along with it for a while before she was forced to come clean by circumstances beyond her control. Now, there's no denying that the 53-year-old looks years younger than she actually is. She's pretty ageless, but earlier in her life, she may have been trying to shave off her age to appear younger than she actually was. Today, even certain outlets report that Jennifer was born on July 25th, 1970 instead of July 24th, 1969, which appears to be her actual birthday. Now, jump back to her white lie. Jennifer's truth would finally unravel after she tried to claim to be born in 1970 instead of 1969. However, the truth would be revealed that she was born previous year after she was questioned by police about an incident in a Manhattan nightclub with her partner at the time, Puff Daddy. Whatever the situation was, she should have known the truth would come out eventually.
At number 3, Tyra Banks. For a long time, model Tyra Banks has been preaching about being all natural and about loving yourself for who you are. In the last few seasons of her show America's Next Top Model, she even made a point of proving to the modeling industry that everyone is beautiful by casting models of all shapes, sizes, and backgrounds, but now it's looking like this was all just hot air as she's been caught lying about getting work done. Tyra once claimed that she was, quote, totally against plastic surgery, even going so far as to hire a doctor to come on her talk show to perform a breast exam in front of her live studio audience to show that she had never gotten work done like people had claimed. But it seems as though maybe that doctor should have paid more attention to her face, because even though she's claimed to have never gone under the knife, it turns out that she's actually received a nose job. Tyra finally came clean about her procedure in her memoir Perfect is Boring, where she wrote, quote, natural beauty is unfair. I really get uncomfortable when women who are these natural beauties judge anybody who's done anything to themselves. I admit it. Fake hair and I did my nose. I feel like I have a responsibility to tell the truth. At number 2, NeNe Leakes. With a lot of the celebrities I've mentioned in this video, they've been denying having had plastic surgery, and then the truth was later revealed. But with reality star NeNe Leakes, her story is the complete opposite. NeNe has always been very vocal about the work that she's had done. From getting liposuction, a nose job, and breast augmentation surgery, she wasn't really hiding anything, but all of a sudden, her honesty about her past procedures completely went out the window. In 2013, she went on the Wendy Williams show and talked about how she was all for getting work done and spoke about how she was thinking of getting Botox in the future. Well, fast forward 2 years to 2013 and NeNe sat down for another interview, this time with Bethany Frankel, and straight up denied ever having had plastic surgery. Everyone could tell that she had gotten some fillers, and no one can forget all those times that she talked about her other surgeries. So when she claimed to be all natural, saying, quote, why would I need plastic surgery? People were super confused and caught her in her lie. You can't take that kind of stuff back, NeNe. And finally, at number 1, Zac Efron. Now, there's a lot of speculation with this one, so I'm gonna need you guys to sound off down in the comments and tell me whether or not you believe this. People are saying that Zac Efron has gotten some work done, and by some, I mean a lot. Zac recently showed up in a video about Earth Day looking a little different. The lower half of his face was looking super puffy, almost like he had gotten a lot of Botox done, and people are super confused. The internet was debating whether or not he had gotten plastic surgery, with some people chalking this all up to Zac simply getting wisdom teeth surgery, using that to explain all the puffiness, but others aren't so sure. According to one celebrity plastic surgeon, it looks like Zac may have gotten fillers to reshape his jawline. It's all just speculation and theory, but a lot of people are hoping that it's just a nasty reaction to a bee sting or something, and that this puffy swollen face of his is only a temporary look.
At number 10, we have Mila Kunis. Mila Kunis is now 39 years old. However, when she was an actor, she auditioned for that 70s show and she was only 14 at the time, and actually quite not old enough to land the role as Jackie Burkhart. The role would end up launching her career after she fudged the truth just to make it seem like she was older than she actually was at the time. In 2012, Mila would make an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where she would confess to the lie by saying, I told them I was a little bit older. I told them I was going to be 18, which is technically not a lie because at one point I was going to be 18. What's surprising is that the producers never even asked for ID to back up her age, as she did look pretty young. Luckily for Mila, it was a good thing that she told a lie, because not only would she get the gig, but she would end up meeting her future husband and father of her children, Ashton Kutcher, on the set. However, her being 14 on the set was actually pretty pretty disturbing, and you have to admit that. And number 9, Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock has admitted to lying about her age just to snag some roles. In 1992, she wanted to get a part in Love Potion 9 so badly that she pretended to be older than she actually was. At the time, she was only around 27, 28 years old, but the producers wanted someone who was 29 years old. Sandra would then tell Barbara Walters that it would be wise to tell a white lie so she could convince everyone she was 29 years old. And that hasn't been the only time Sandra has used a lie to cover up her real age. Sandra even told Detour magazine that after a while, you really have no idea how old you are because you've lied so many times. I've always said I would never lie, but one time when I didn't, it worked against me, so I figured you just keep them guessing. Like plenty of actors before her, Sandra continues to lie about her age to stay afloat, and I mean, you have to do what you have to do, but are the lies seriously worth it? Hey Peaches, are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, Jessica Chastain. Jessica Chastain is one of those elusive actors whose true age is unknown, and people have even claimed that her age shown on Wikipedia and her IMDb is actually incorrect. It is said to believe that the actor is 45 years old. However, Jessica hasn't outright lied about her age, but she hasn't been so forthcoming about it either. For some time, her age has remained a mystery to the public. In 2013, she would sit down for an interview with Guardian where she would say that she deliberately doesn't talk about her age and that she would never admit her real age because she is an actress that wants to play a range of characters of different ages. It's clear that the actress doesn't want her age to be affected by the roles she wants, so I guess we'll never know how old she really is, and we're just gonna have to keep guessing until she finally comes out to tell us all the truth.
In at number 7, Nick Young. This is just another one of those messy celebrity breakups that had people shaking their heads the entire time. At first it started as a prank when the LA Lakers were recording player D'Angelo Russell and inadvertently included fellow player Nick Young. In the video, Nick apparently admits to cheating on his girlfriend, rapper Iggy Azalea. Young then says it was false, Iggy says okay, and the relationship goes on. However, not too long after that, she actually catches him on the security camera bringing women into the home. To make things even worse, Young was still expecting a baby with his ex-girlfriend, a baby that was definitely conceived while he was cheating on his ex with Iggy. And following the security cam footage, Iggy tweeted out, "I broke up with Nick because I found out he had brought other women into our home while I was away and caught them on the security footage." Then tweeting again saying, "This is just like a second shot to the chest and I feel like I don't even know who the hell it is I've been loving all this time." In at number 6, Kanye West. Kanye West has been doing his Kanye best to get himself into this election for November 3rd. The odds seemed to be very stacked against him, but time after time it looked as though he was finding new ways to prevail and end up on the ballot in most states under the party known as the Birthday Party. That being said, his petition to appear on New Jersey's ballot as a presidential candidate contained more than 600 defective signatures. Many of those signatures had very similar writing, and according to a formal complaint filed with the state on Wednesday, election law attorney Scott Salmon, a registered Democrat, filed the objection with the State Division of Elections after reviewing more than 1,300 signatures that the rapper had submitted. West managed to exceed the requirement of 800 signatures to appear on the ballot as an independent candidate in time for the deadline, but now his whole campaign is up in the air due to him being caught in this lie. In at number 4, Angelina Jolie. Born in Los Angeles, California, Angelina is the daughter of actors Jon Voight and Marsha Bertrand. She is also the niece of Chip Taylor and sister of James Haven. On her father's side, Jolie is Czechoslovakian and German descent, and on her mother's side, she is French-Canadian and is said to be part Iroquois. Angelina has proudly said that she is part native, but according to her father, it's not true. According to John, his wife's claims of being part Iroquois were simply said to enhance her exotic background. After 1993, Bertrand turned her attention towards producing, and she was the executive producer of a documentary called Trudell about Native American activist John Trudell. It was shown at the Sundance Film Festival in 2005, and whatever her ancestry, Bertrand took an interest in Native causes and shared her activism with Angelina. Since then, Jolie has taken up causes such as refugee and immigrant children, although she is more than likely not Native American. You can care about it, but don't claim to be one.
And number 3, James Blunt. British songwriter James Blunt was interviewed interviewed by Robin Bailey on 97.3 FM to talk about his music, pranks, and aging. Robin would ask Bailey how it felt to be turning the big 4-0, but Blunt wasn't so keen on the questions because it really wasn't on his radar. After all, he was only just past 30, or is he now? According to the popular online in Wikipedia, it stated that Blunt just turned 48 years old, and if you do a little more internet digging, it reveals that James was actually born in 1974, which has led people to believe that he was faking his age. In 2007, it was documented that Blunt was 33 years old. However, in 2010, he would try to claim again that he was 33, which isn't quite how aging works. So he was caught red-handed trying to tell a lie about his age, and no one's really taken him seriously since. And at number 1 today, we have Eminem. Back in 1999, Eminem would appear on Howard Stern's show, and he would tell the host in the audience that he was actually 24 years old at the time. However, Eminem's white lie would later be revealed as the star wasn't 24 and he was actually 27 years old. Now, fans are still not sure why the Detroit rapper chose to lie about his age, and there's always been many speculations over the years as to why he may have done it. Many have speculated that Eminem simply chose to lie because he wanted to draw in a younger fan base by appearing younger. However, his lie never seemed to damage his career, and the rapper has gone on to release several hit albums since the 1999 interview. Being now 50 years old, Eminem has proved that he isn't going anywhere anytime soon, and every time he decides to grace us with a song, it always seems to soar to the top of the charts, proving that he will always be a rap god and no one will ever replace him anytime soon.
Starting this list off at number 10 is Brandy. We have seen celebrities fake relationships in the past as a publicity stunt, but this one was one that just went too far. The singer and actress announced back in 2002 that she had gotten secretly married to a music producer, Robert Smith. She said they had a private wedding and kept it small. The relationship went on to be featured in Diary Presents Brandy Special Delivery, which documented the birth of their daughter. Everything seemed to be genuine and normal, but in 2004 the truth came out and it was revealed that the two of them had split. Brandy went on the Oprah show and revealed that they had never actually been married in the first place and said that they lied. She was 6 months pregnant when she had gotten married, and she only lied about it because she didn't want people to judge her for having a child without being married. She ended up using her Oprah interview to issue a public apology. Is that forgivable? I mean, I don't care. What difference does it make? But I guess in the special, the show she had, it was all about their marriage and like baby, and it's like, you're not even married. Up next, number 9 is Jussie Smollett. His big lie was one of the biggest scandals in Hollywood in 2019, and it is still ongoing. Back in January of 2019, news articles started flooding with headlines that Jussie was involved in a hate crime after being attacked by 2 men. The reports claim that he was attacked with a rope around his neck and that they poured chemicals on him while yelling homophobic slurs. The 2 suspects were arrested, but in court they revealed that it was all set up by Jussie and showed a check that he had paid them to stage the entire thing. On February 21st, he was arrested on suspicion of filing a false police report and was charged with 6 counts of lying to police, all of which he pleaded not guilty to. But prosecutors ended up dropping all the charges. However, the Chicago police argued that he got away with it because of his celebrity status, so an investigation was opened and he is now set to head to trial. As of right now, at the time of this recording, reports say his lawyers have been given an additional 2 weeks to prepare their arguments. The tea. Swiping the number 8 spot is the White Stripes. Jack and Meg White were adored as band members in the famous rock band, but people thought they were siblings because that's what they told everyone. Turns out that is not true at all, and they were actually once married. A marriage license surfaced online revealing that they were married from 1996 to 2000. At first, the 2 of them denied the license was real and kept the whole sibling story, but then it was revealed to be real. Seems like a strange thing to lie about, in my opinion, right? Apparently the reason they lied is because they didn't think they would be taken seriously as musicians if they were a couple in the band, so they just told people that they were siblings and stuck to it. But how awkward would that have been if someone caught a picture or something of them kissing or holding hands or something? I don't know, I felt like that's so risky.
At number 7, Sahar Tabar. Internet celebrity Sahar Tabar blew up on social media after she began posting pictures of herself with a dramatic look. She claimed that she had received 50 surgeries to achieve her drastic zombified look, claiming that the goal was to look like Angelina Jolie. A lot of people believed her story and took pity on her for having a botched look, but after shocking the internet, Sahar came clean about everything. Turns out everything was a lie. The zombie Angelina look, the story of how she got to look this way, and even her name turned out to be all one huge lie. Sahar's real name turned out to be Fatima Kishvand, and no, she hadn't really gotten 50 surgeries either. Instead, it was revealed that her entire corpse bride look came entirely from Dr. Photoshop. She came clean to her followers after posting a side-by-side comparison to her Instagram, showing how she really looks. She had been living this lie on the internet for quite some time, and because she had fooled so many people, and because her looks were so disturbing, she actually ended up getting in serious trouble with her government and was actually sent to jail because of it. Even though this was all a lie, the consequences were severe, and this served as a lesson to never tell a lie about your appearance. At number 6, Ashlee Simpson. The 2000s were a seriously rough time for Ashlee Simpson. First, she made major headlines after her cringy SNL lip sync fail, but to make things worse for her in the media, Ashlee faced another scandal later on in 2006, this time for her appearance. In July of that year, Ashlee appeared on the cover of Marie Claire magazine, where she was quoted saying that people should love their appearances and appreciate their bodies as they are. She essentially denounced getting plastic surgery and other alterations because natural is beautiful. But even after all that talk of being natural, Ashlee went and got a nose job just shortly after the magazine hit newsstands. She was seen as a hypocrite, and the magazine's editors received thousands of angry letters as a result. People were disappointed that Ashlee would make those kinds of comments while having gone under the knife herself. She pretty much just tried to shrug the whole thing off and waited for the whole scandal to blow over, continuing to deny having gotten the procedure done, but then her dad spilled the beans, confirming that she had in fact gotten a nose job. At number 5, Rose McGowan. Actress Rose McGowan is a pretty open person, so no one would expect her to lie about something as menial as plastic surgery, but surprise, surprise, it happened. Rose is comfortable bearing it all on the red carpet and opening up about her struggles in her memoir, but when it comes to her cosmetic procedures, that's where the lies come in. In the late 2000s, Rose was seen in public looking pretty different, and immediately the plastic surgery speculation began. When confronted about these rumors, Rose told the public that she had to get reconstructive surgery due to injuries that she had suffered in an accident, but later in her memoir Brave, she revealed that this was all a cover-up. Rose said that her publicist told her to make up this story for the public to make it seem like her new face was because of the accident, but in reality she had gotten surgery to fix a mistake a doctor had made when she had undergone a procedure for her sinuses. It was still a corrective procedure, but for a completely different reason than the one that she initially gave. At number 4, Barry Manilow. One celebrity who has continuously denied their plastic surgery is singer Barry Manilow. For years, there has been speculation that he's gone under the knife on a few occasions, but Barry insists that he's never gotten any work done. In an interview, Barry claimed to have only undergone surgeries and treatments for his health, getting hip surgery, and receiving steroid shots, but a lot of people aren't really buying that and have pretty much revealed that he's been lying. It's been reported over the years that Barry has received a facelift in 1995, a second facelift and eyelid surgery in 2003, and then a third facelift in 2005. There are even photos of Barry from 2003 showing him leaving the plastic surgeon's office in Beverly Hills. In the photos, he's pictured with his face wrapped up in bandages while wearing a disguise of sunglasses and a blonde wig to avoid getting recognized. Even though Barry continues to deny his procedures, even a celebrity plastic surgeon can't be fooled, with Dr. Tony Yoon saying that he thinks Barry has undergone too many procedures. But what do you guys think? Is Barry lying or telling the truth about his appearance?
Taking over the third spot is Ed Sheeran. Now, this one isn't as serious as the last one, but it is very funny. Back in 2016, he was sporting a new look that involved a cut on his face. When asked what had happened, he claimed it happened at a party with James Blunt and Princess Beatrice. Apparently, James jokingly asked Beatrice to knight him, and when she grabbed the ceremonial sword, she accidentally cut his face in the process. It seemed like a very random and strange story, but people believed it because, hey, weird stuff happens at parties all the time, especially when there's alcohol involved. But a year later, James spilled the beans about what really went down and admitted that the whole story that Ed told was a lie. Turns out Ed was just drunk and he was messing around and accidentally cut himself. He said that they thought it'd be really funny to make up this crazy fancy story, and then when people actually fell for it, they just stuck to it. And if you're wondering, Princess Beatrice had nothing to do with it. She was just randomly thrown into that story. Sniping number 2 spot is Rebel Wilson. While I'm sure a lot of people would like to lie about their age, I know I would, you can't really do that when working in the acting industry. In 2015, an Australian magazine called Women's Day published an article that called out Rebel for apparently lying about her age, name, and certain claims about her upbringing. Her initial age was believed to be 29 years old at the time, but the magazine revealed she was actually 35. Also, her birth name is Melanie Elizabeth Bounce, and she apparently did not have the upbringing that she has talked about in interviews. Now, Rebel never admitted to lying, she actually did the opposite. She filed a lawsuit against various publications because many media outlets also claimed that her real age was 35. She never fought against the claims being true or not, but she said that painting her as a liar had affected her career and ability to land roles. Earning our number 1 place is Martha Stewart. I'm sure we were all equally as shocked when news broke in December 2001 that she was allegedly involved in an insider trading scandal. Insider trading is where an individual buys or sells stocks that they have in a company using information that is not available to the public. That is what Google told me anyways. Don't quote me. An investigation was launched after she had denied being involved in anything, but it turns out that she was lying. She repeatedly denied doing any wrongdoing, claiming that she had an agreement with her broker to sell the shares if they went below a certain price, but that was proved to not be true. Martha ended up getting charged with security fraud, obstruction of justice, and conspiracy. She was sentenced to 5 months in jail and 5 months of house arrest after that, and 2 years probation, and later had to pay $195,000 to settle a civil case with the Security and Exchange Commission.
Number 10. Chris Pratt and Anna Faris. When Chris Pratt and Anna Faris decided to announce their split after 8 years of being married, they shocked the world as this fairy tale romance came to an abrupt end. With the couple finalizing their divorce in October of 2018, Chris hinted in social media posts that the two haven't been happy for quite some time. As he said, "Anna and I are sad to announce we are legally separating. We tried hard for a long time and we were really disappointed. Our son has 2 parents who love him very much, and for his sake, we want to keep this situation as private as possible moving forward. We still have love for each other and will always cherish our time together and continue to have the deepest respect for one another." Ending things on a mutual note, both Chris and Anna have been able to remain on good terms and they continue to be great co-parents together. And friends, before we move on to this next spot on the list, let us know which divorce in the celebrity world completely shook your brain and you still are not over it down in the comments. Number 9. Jenna Dewan and Channing Tatum. Not so friendly exes Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan went from being Hollywood's it couple to divorced parents, and they haven't made it easy for others to determine whether or not they're on good terms with one another. The two actors began dating back in 2006 when they met on their movie set Step Up. By July of 2009, they tied the knot and began to grow their family, welcoming their first daughter in May of 2013. While the pair became a beloved celebrity couple by many, Jenna admitted in February of 2018 that the pair have struggled with their relationship like anyone else. She admitted they were not perfect and they had their fair share of disagreements. By April of 2018, the couple announced their split in a joint statement saying, "We have lovingly chosen to separate as a couple. We fell deeply in love so many years ago and have had a magical journey together." The couple then went on to say they were moving on different paths and ultimately decided it was best to be friends for the time being. Since the divorce, the exes have been co-parenting great together and there seems to be no drama between them, at least for now. Number 8. Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus. Cyrus and Hemsworth both started seeing each other in 2008 when the pair met on the set of The Last Song. The pair then dated off and on before tying the knot in December of 2018, just after the wildfire destroyed their home in Malibu. In court documents obtained by E! News, Miley cited irreconcilable differences behind the reason for the actors' split. However, a month before their divorce was finalized, Miley opened up about why their relationship didn't last. According to Cyrus, the two only got married due to the trauma of losing their Malibu home in a fire. She went on to note that the two had been together since they were 16, and when their home burnt down, they felt like they had to get engaged. She added, "I just clung to what I had left of the house, which was me and him." Before ending the interview, Miley also noted that Liam and her had too much conflict, which led to the pair's split.
At number 7, we have Addison Rae. Addison Rae was accused of trying to scam fans after launching a face mist that protects skin from blue light damage, just months after another influencer had to cancel a similar product due to backlash. Addison Rae would then release her own version and would say that her product was designed to guard and relieve the skin from blue light that comes from cell phones, computers, and TVs. Many were quick to say that Addison's product is a scam because there is still very limited evidence to prove that blue light is even harmful to skin in the first place. Most health concerns regarding overexposure to blue light relates to eye strain and vision problems, not skin. So the TikTok star should have opted to create her own line of blue light glasses rather than a product to scam her fans into thinking blue light actually damages our skin. And number 6, Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez was smart when she created her makeup line, but she failed to mention that you physically can't use her products with other products. So unless you're going to buy her whole line of eyeshadows, foundations, concealers, blush, bronzer, you won't be able to do a full face because everything is going to fall right off your face due to her formula. Since Selena Gomez's line, Rare Beauty, is a water-based formula, unless you're using a similar water-based formula, you're definitely going to have some problems getting your makeup to stay all day with a flawless appearance. So with her claiming that her product really holds up and stays all day, the statement's only partially true because in order for it to hold up all day, you have to purchase the whole line, and that's a hefty amount of money to splurge on all at once. However, with Rare Beauty using their resources to support mental health and bring mental health services to an educational setting, it's a brand we seriously can't help but support, as the products do what they claim and their impact is truly beautiful. At number 5, Rihanna. Rihanna's line, Savage X Fenty, has drawn in millions in investment funding because it has been lauded for its inclusive sizing and diverse marketing. However, Rihanna's company deceptively promotes discounts and prices that are only available to consumers who are part of the company's membership program, without clearly disclosing the fact when marketing the discount. When consumers flock to the site for the deals, they are automatically enrolled by the company into an extra VIP membership. And the company doesn't clearly disclose the terms and conditions, like needing to take affirmative action every month to avoid reoccurring charges. And some of these items listed on the site are already defaulted to VIP pricing, and they don't give an option to purchase it at a regular price. So if you add one of these to your baskets, you're automatically being added to Savage X monthly membership plan. And the only way of knowing the membership will result in more charges is by clicking the small Learn More button, which will let you know you will be charged a minimum of $49.95 a month. So always read the small print. And number 4, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian's clothing company Good American has been getting some ridicule on Instagram after some followers have accused the star of photoshopping images to make her products seem better than they actually are. When the reality TV star posted a photo on her Instagram lying on a mirrored floor, gazing at the camera, she would sport a pair of shape-enhancing skinny jeans. However, the page's followers quickly called her out because they forgot to Photoshop her reflection to match what they edited outside. Fans were quick to point out that they loved Khloe, but who is that? It just didn't look like her. And Good America, Khloe Kardashian, why are y'all doing homegirl like that? At least Photoshop her shadow. Goodness. The photo definitely ran in contrast to Good American's brand identity, as the company was designed for a curvier, stronger shape, but fans pointed out that how is your brand supposed to promote embracing yourself when they're caught photoshopping their advertisements? The lies were definitely real in this post, and it's definitely something we all didn't see coming, and we definitely won't be purchasing anything from this brand anytime soon.
Number 3, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. After being married for nearly 7 years, Kim Kardashian officially filed divorce from her husband on February 19, 2021. On June 3, 2021, in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim opened up about the split from rapper Kanye West. After confronting the situation with her family, her sister Khloe then went on to note that Kim had been struggling privately behind the camera with her relationship. In now seen footage, you could see Kim crying as she says she can't do this anymore and that she has felt like she's been stuck in the relationship for years and can't understand why. The star then goes on to note that Kanye deserves someone that can go support his every move and go follow him all over the place and move to Wyoming. I can't do that and I feel like a failure in my 3rd marriage. It was sad to see Kim felt her relationship was moving in different directions and that she couldn't really do anything. Since the pair's split, Kanye and her have hit headlines as they continue to disagree over certain aspects revolving around their lives. Number 2, Kris and Caitlyn Jenner. After being married for more than 2 decades, the momager Kris Jenner and 1976 Olympic gold medalist Caitlyn Jenner announced in late 2013 that they have been living apart for a year and they were officially filing for a divorce. At the time, many fans were quick to note that it looked like the pair split ultimately due to the fact that Caitlyn began opening up about her identity and transitioned to Caitlyn Jenner. However, Caitlyn squashed the rumors when she came to say, after 23 years, Kris and I went our separate directions. My identity, it was not a big part of us separating. There were so many other bigger issues out there. She claimed that her transition caused her to be more short-wired with Kris, and that it was that reason that caused their marriage to fail. Since the two's divorce, Kris has been really supportive to Caitlyn, and the pair support each other unconditionally. Number 1. Russell Brand and Katy Perry. Love at First Sight back in September of 2009, it said that Russell Brand and Katy Perry hit it off while rehearsing for the MTV Video Music Awards. They soon started dating, and Russell popped the question on New Year's Eve during a trip to India. In October of 2010, the couple had a traditional Hindu wedding, also in India. Then the couple came to the quick realization they had different priorities in life. Documented in Katy Perry's documentary, Part of Me, the star was on her California Dreams tour, which caused the two to clash. While on tour, Katy received a text message where Russell told the pop star that he was filing for divorce. As Katy's world began to crumble beneath her feet, she was able to hold it together for her fans and complete the tour. Since the divorce, both have moved on, with Brand marrying Laura Gallagher and Perry marrying Orlando Bloom.
And number 10, How Harry Proposed. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix documentary definitely has a lot of fans raging over multiple lies shown within seconds of the first episode. Viewers have pointed out that there's been a lot of problems with the pair's tale on how Prince Harry proposed. In the documentary, Harry would explain that he wanted to propose earlier, however, he had to ask his grandmother for permission and he couldn't do it outside of the UK. Detailing the proposal, he would explain that he brought Meghan into the middle of the walled garden that was overlooked by the staff flat. To prepare for the area, he got on his knees and he got 15 electric candles and placed them around the garden. He also had Meghan's Beagle Guy flown in just for the special occasion. He would then have Meghan close her eyes and tell her not to peek just before Meghan even called her friend and whispered that she thought he was actually going to propose to her. Then a series of photos would be shown of the special moment, which showed Harry on one knee holding a ring box in one hand as the dog sat next to him. Meghan then said he was down on one knee, and I was like, yes, we were so joyful and excited. We thought, we're doing this. However, the proposal totally contradicted the past version they told the press in 2017, as Harry claimed that he proposed to the Duchess in the kitchen on a standard typical night in their cottage. However, even by the third episode, Meghan would even admit that their engagement was rehearsed for the press. At number 9, we have ex-girlfriend cut out of a photo. Since Netflix released the first 3 episodes of the Duke and Duchess documentary series, Harry and Meghan's fans have been analyzing every single photo and video shown. However, the fans noticed something really weird about one of the photos. While some of the manipulations of photos were small, it's clear that the couple were trying to look vulnerable, and the photos and videos were planted to help them achieve sympathy from the public. With the couple trying to say that they had already been hounded by the public, a photo of younger Harry would be shown, and in the photo you could see that he has his hands covering his face from the paparazzi cameras. Although it looks like in the photo that the prince is completely on his own, thanks to some good cropping, fans would point out that they've seen this photo before, as the photo initially also featured Harry's ex-girlfriend Chelsea Davy. Now, the photo in question was taken in September of 2007 at Heathrow Airport, and while the photo is cropped, it featured Harry with a protective arm around Chelsea, who was walking by his side, despite the original picture showing Harry with his ex-partner. It makes us wonder why Netflix producers cropped Chelsea out of the frame entirely. Hey Peaches, are you enjoying this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And number 8, Netflix photographer. While Meghan and Harry are claiming the press has been leaking and planting stories about them, the real dirty game here is the fact that they tried to convince everyone that a Netflix photographer was a paparazzi member. A lot of you have been pointing out a lot of fake photos, including Evening Standard's royal editor Robert Jobson, as he's even criticized one of the dramatic shots in a photo that could be seen of a photographer's lens peering down on the couple with their newborn child. The couple would try to claim that it was someone following them. However, Robert has insisted that the photo was taken with their approval by an accredited press photographer at Archbishop Tutu's residence in Cape Town. Only 3 people were accredited
in this position. And you might be wondering, how did Robert know that there was only 3 people hired by the couple? Well, it's because he was there and he was one of those people. The filming of Archie at the residence was highly controlled, and it wasn't the scum media following them.
Cruising into number 6, we have Lance Armstrong. The wildly successful athlete was caught in the most sophisticated and successful doping program the sport has ever seen, according to the US Anti-Doping Agency. People were shocked when the news first broke, but he later admitted it during his interview with Oprah that he in fact had been taking substances. But there was much more to it than just him taking them. He was involved in a professional doping program. He was stripped from his cycling titles and dropped by all of his sponsors, including Nike Inc. and Livestrong, and he was also banned from professional cycling races altogether. He ended up reaching a $5 million settlement with the government, but his career has never been the same since. In 2020 though, fans got to learn a lot more about the situation when a documentary called Lance came out, so if you're wanting to learn more on his career, the scandal, everything, go check that out. I've been intrigued. I have not, because I'm busy, but I have been interested. Halfway through our countdown at number 5, we have Kylie Jenner. Back in 2017, people were going crazy online about the rumors that Kylie was pregnant. Fans started speculating online and doing a deep dive on all her posts trying to prove that she was pregnant. Even paparazzi were doing all they could to get a photo that proved it, but she and her family kept denying it in all of their interviews. After she finally revealed the truth to the world, she explained that she lied about it because this was the one thing she wanted to not share with the world. Even her producers who filmed Keeping Up with the Kardashians with her said she hid it from them during filming her Life of Kylie season. But Kylie recently announced she is pregnant with her second child, and she is sharing this pregnancy with the world this time. You can't hide anything from fans. Or paparazzi. They always find out. In spot number 4, we have Brian Williams. The journalist, who is the father to actress Allison Williams, repeatedly told a story that claimed while he was on a reporting trip to Iraq in 2003, he was riding in a helicopter that came under fire and had to do an emergency landing. The story was believed every time he told it, until soldiers who were actually in the helicopter he was referring to came forward and told the truth. They revealed that Brian was not actually in the helicopter with them and said that he and his crew had actually arrived on scene about an hour after the helicopter performed its landing, which is obviously a very different story than the one that he was telling people. After being caught in the lie, he immediately apologized and claimed that he must have made a mistake and gotten his memories of the day mixed up. How do you? Come on. Oh, I just thought I remembered I was on this plane that went into flames. Like, give me a break, people.
And number 3, Donald Trump's ex-lawyer. So now that the first 3 episodes of Harry's and Meghan's long-awaited Netflix documentary has finally been released, it has come under fire for using a lot of misleading videos and pictures. Also, let's not forget a lot of people even stopped watching the series 11 minutes in because they were super sick of all the BS stories that it was giving. One short clip that was meant to highlight the couple's continuous relationship with the media is actually a stock photo of Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, getting into a vehicle to be transported to prison on May 6, 2019. In the footage shown in the trailer, you could see the cameras around the limo before it cut to a very tearful Meghan. However, experts would then point out that Meghan wasn't actually in the vehicle. Meghan and Harry are clearly impatient, and instead of trying to gather strong evidence to support their claims, they would try to manipulate footage to put blame on the royal family, and that just isn't right. And number 2, footage of Katie Price. While in the beginning of Harry's and Meghan's documentary, it definitely sparked fear among some of the royal family, as they were scared to see what Harry and Meghan would come up with that would damage the image of the family. However, with a bunch of exposed lies, all this film did was make the public hate Harry and Meghan even more. I think a lot of us raised our eyebrows when we spotted footage which appears to have come from Katie Price's court appearance. While Katie hasn't made a full comment of the clip, she did share a screenshot of a news report revealing that the footage was used from her trial onto her Instagram story, revealing that she indeed did spot the footage. Viewers have had a lot of mixed responses to spotting the moment in the trailer, with some even asking Netflix why they use so much misleading images and clips to mislead the public. One user even said, "What the heck, Netflix? This enrages me that you're using so many fake images to stoke feelings. Shame on you." And at number 1 today, they're the only ones that know the truth. Now, if you watch the trailer or the 3 episodes, then you know throughout the whole thing the couple has been trying to claim that they are the only ones that know their truth. However, their truth would definitely be exposed for the lies it was full of. After watching the 3 clips today, fans have already taken to the internet to start reviews, and a lot of them have been pretty sarcastic. When Harry and Meghan claim that there is a hierarchy of the family, a lot of us had a good chuckle. One user even wrote, "I love the part when after spending 39 years in the royal family, Harry realizes that there is a hierarchy." Netflix would also try to crop a photo of the royal family when they appeared on a balcony on Buckingham Palace. The photo was placed to look like Prince William and Kate Middleton were in the center of the photo. However, a newspaper noticed that the arrangement of the family that day is not as it seems, as it's actually Queen Elizabeth II that was in the center of the photo before it was cropped. In the aftermath of all these accusations, it's certain that the royal watchers will be closely dissecting and scrutinizing all of the footage to come, so more lies will definitely be released soon. However, the fact that Harry and Meghan were so determined to tell their truth that they were able to time travel to a Harry Potter premiere in 2011 and even be visited by Queen Mary in 1938, it was so courageous, and the fact that they thought they could use these facts to stand up to those that called them liars is truly concerning.
In at number 9, Milli Vanilli. For those of you who are too young to remember, Milli Vanilli was a German R&B duo from Munich that took over the charts with their hit song Girl You Know It's True. However, one live performance in Bristol, Connecticut is what brought their whole career to an end. The band had the song on a pre-recorded track, but midway through the track got stuck. Imagine getting exposed like that in front of 80,000 people. This incident though unraveled a whole bunch of other lies. The band eventually had to tell the public that they've never even sung any of their own songs. Rob, who was one half of the duo, was so distraught with what happened that he quit the group shortly after. In at number 8, Miley Cyrus. Back in 2018, Miley Cyrus was fighting to have a videotape of her deposition sealed by a judge. According to The Blast, Cyrus was caught up in a legal battle regarding her sister's dog Feather. Cyrus's sister Brandy lived in an apartment complex that was paid for by her older sister. In 2014, Feather bit one of her neighbors, and because Miley paid for the apartment, she was forced to sit through a deposition where she answered questions pertaining to the dog. She claimed that she didn't know the dog, which is a hilarious statement to say in a courtroom. However, after the neighbor did some digging, she found a video of Miley and Feather together from years back. She brought the evidence to court and used it to prove that Miley's testimony was a full-on lie. Once Miley learned of the video's existence, she went to court to file an amended declaration claiming that she did know Feather after all. Now Miley is asking for that judge to seal the videotape of the deposition. Her argument is that she is one of the most famous celebrities in the world and is the subject of media and tabloids speculating concerning even irrelevant minutiae details of her life. That neighbor couldn't care less though and still wanted the video to be released to the public. Although I don't think I've ever seen it.
Number 6, Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. On November 25th, 2020, Megan Fox filed for divorce from Brian Austin Green. At the time, she claimed the two have been separated since November of 2019. After being married for 10 years, the actress ultimately decided to file for divorce as it was a decision that was a long time coming, especially now that she was in a relationship with MGK. Kelly and Fox met on the film Midnight in the Switchgrass in 2019. In court papers, Megan asked for joint legal and physical custody of her and Green's sons. She also asked to terminate the ability for either her or Green to seek spousal support. However, even though Green agreed to the custody request, he still wanted spousal support to be a possibility. With Fox moving on and looking forward to her future with MGK, Brian has had a lot to say about the matter, even claiming that Megan has been an absent mother in her kids' lives. Hopefully these two can put their differences aside for their children's sake. Number 5, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Back in 2012, former power couple Tom Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes announced to the world they were getting divorced after 6 years of marriage. Now, this split was shocking to everyone throughout the world of show business, and it sparked many rumors and speculations as to why the couple split. One of the biggest rumors of the pair's divorce was that Katie wanted to remove herself and their daughter Suri from any involvement with the Church of Scientology. Cruise then later confirms that the reason his ex-wife filed for divorce came down to the controversial religion itself. With Cruise and Holmes divorced, Holmes was awarded sole custody of Suri, and reportedly that included an ironclad ruling that Suri would not be exposed to anything Scientology related. Number 4. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Married for only 15 months, the world was shocked when Amber Heard filed for divorce from Johnny Depp in May of 2016. But what shocked the world even more was the claims that led to the divorce. Depp's and Heard's marriage has been swept across the tabloids since 2016, and one of the most recent trials to highlight the whole relationship would be Johnny Depp's defamation trial. While both stars played a huge part in why their relationship didn't work out, following events later to come to light would leave the world shaken with disbelief. Just after Heard filed for divorce, she placed a temporary restraining order on Depp, claiming that the two had gotten into an altercation. When the order expired, the couple was finally able to reach an agreement in August of 2016. Heard announced she would donate her $7 million divorce settlement to charities. Their divorce was then finalized in January of 2017. The two have since been in heated court cases that don't seem to be ending anytime soon.
In at number 3, Bill Clinton. 22 years ago, the U.S. House of Representatives voted to impeach President Bill Clinton for giving a false testimony about having an inappropriate relationship with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. The potential scandal of 1998 saw the 42nd U.S. president give false statements under oath, with a notorious one-liner leaving a big mark. The infamous words were broadcast during a press conference on January 26, 1998. In the summer, the president then admitted that he had been involved with Ms. Lewinsky, deeming the relationship not appropriate and a critical lapse in judgment. Mr. Clinton was later charged with 2 articles of impeachment, one for perjury for lying under oath to a federal judge, and the other for obstruction of justice. Impeachment proceedings then began in early 1999, concluding with Mr. Clinton being acquitted of both charges. Ah, democracy. Oh, and he wrote on Jeffrey Epstein's plane 26 times. Don't forget that. In at number 2, Lance Armstrong. In 2012, champion cyclist Lance Armstrong denied that he ever relied on performance-enhancing drugs. He referred to these doping allegations against him as outlandish and heinous. However, when the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency released compelling evidence, the cyclist's house of lies finally crumbled. The agency released about 1,000 pages of evidence and doping allegations against Armstrong and his teammates. This led to him being stripped of his 7 Tour de France titles and bronze Olympic medal. Plus, his lie forced him to step down as chairman of the Livestrong Foundation. Armstrong would later give a detailed account of his doping to Oprah Winfrey in 2013. Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Amber Heard. Amber Heard willfully lied to U.S. immigration by telling them that her British personal assistant was just a friend and was not working unlawfully. Her former aide, Kate James, who was fired by the actress in February of 2015, has now alleged in a high court battle that Miss Heard deliberately smuggled her dogs into Australia, which then led to her being caught breaching quarantine rules and overall thinking that she was just above the law. The claims were made in a witness statement by Miss James, which was submitted to the High Court as part of Johnny Depp's libel action against the Sun newspaper.